On this week's episode, we have action from the Palmerston North Parts World 248 Global Superstock Challenge, and we chat to the international drivers involved. We head down south to Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge Ruapuna Speedway for round 3 of the $100,000 War of the Wings Sprint Car Series. We have action from the recent stock car teams race between the Palmerston North Pumas and the Wellington Young Guns. Joe Farram talks to us about the legendary Silver Bullet Superstock. But first, it's highlights of the qualifying races from the Palmerston North Parts World 248 Global Superstock Challenge.
20 cars out there on the grid to start us off. 10 go through to the finals. Here we go, in the starter's hands now. Andrew McKenna gets us underway. The first qualifying heat for the Global Challenge is Peter Bexton, leading us through turn 1. Mooney just leaning on a few to get through the corner. Bexton in the lead, the 58P car from 36 of Jake Baker. Contact at the back of the field, Scott Myers just leaning on a fair few at the turn 3. William Humphries making his way through the field. He's up to 4th spot now in the 1NZ car.
Fast as that, Peter Bexton, 21.7 at the moment.
Well, he's got the advantage out in front of the 58 car. Jake Baker, the 36 car, not being able to bring that gap back in. Ron Ty's moved up to 3rd spot in the 599 up the inside of William Humphries in the 1NZ. Then Scotty Duncan, the 23V car. Bruce Williams, the 41M. Dale Robertson's charging through, pushing David Lowe to the wall. Still Scott Myers is charging through, pushing David Lowe to the wall. Still Scott Myers, the 8P tank. It'll be David Lowe now. That's your 10th position. So Zane Dykstra, he's going to have to make a move. He's got 2 to go in the 38 car to try and move into that top 10. 1 to go now for Bexton. That's a huge lead. I haven't seen a lead like that in a Superstock race for a long time. So Bexton takes that win from William Humphries, the 1NZ, Brett Nichols, the 48N, Ron Ty, the 599, Dale Robertson's the 89W car, Jake Baker in the 36P, Quinn Ryan, the 46B, Scott Myers in the 8P, Scott Duncan in the 23V, and the final qualifier out of that group in 10th spot, David Lowe, your defending champion.
Robinson Holland Newt is the left.
Heat 2 underway. Qualifying, and it'll be, and look at this, McCabe and Alsop get together and looking straight through the inside. It'll be Adam Joblin, the 2NZ, and the 32 of Graham Barr goes with him. So good start there for Barr in the new car. Oh, Ricky Dykstra, the 28, and it'll be Sheridan O'Hara in the 9B into the wall. Far end, look at this, Argy Bargy Melsop, he's got right back to about the 6th or 7th position there on track. Simon Johnson to 72, here comes Melsop back, 71 though. Jordan there in the 3NZ as well coming through. Oh, look at the smoke coming from the 31, hopefully nothing too major. At the moment though, all 3 Joblins sitting in that qualifying position.
77 spun off onto the grass.
Scott Penn at the 77 car. 1 up the wall. That's the 64. Jeremy Sinclair.
64 against the wall as well.
Still in the lead though. It's 2NZ. Adam Joblin from the 32 of Graham Barr. Then we go back to the 31 of McCabe. 72. Simon Joblin. Melsop in the 71 car. Gary Davis. That smoke will be an issue because he's losing places very quick. And white flags out, 2NZ, Adam Joblin. First, second qualifying heat.
Simon Joblin fast to 17.9.
Here he comes round for the final time. Gets the checkered flag, the 2NZ, Adam Joblin qualifying through to the Global Challenge Finals. Graham Barr, Andy McCabe, the 31 car, then Simon Joblin, the 72P. Melsop's through in the 71 car.
We go to Gary Davis, Simon Joblin, Gaskin, the 22W car, and Mike Williamson.
Here we go, folks. Heat number 1, Hydrolink War of the Wings. Sit back and hold on. 12 laps. Who's going to do it? Here we go. We've gone green. On the outside, it's Rayborn in the Avon Insurance 95. Sitting down low, the 87 of Luke Egan. Here come the Duff boys. The 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. up a little bit high. Jamie sees the gap down low. He makes a run for it. Jamie Duff and the Duff man. He moves up into third. Racetrack a 100% U-turn on what we had last Saturday night. So it's still Rayborn, Jamie Duff in second, Luke Egan in third, Steve Duff Jr. in fourth. Then we go back to Daniel Anderson in fifth. Wheelie from Steve Duff Jr. as he came out of that Stadium Finance prison bend. Duff just got a little bit close to the concrete, had to get off the gas as he exited the Yukon Diesel Services town bend. Anderson running that bottom line. Gloves are off at the head of the field. The Duff man, he's drawn even. He's going to come off the corner. Duff takes the lead. The hometown hero, Jamie Duff, he's got his nose in front. And this is the first heat of tonight's Hydrolink War of the Wings series presented by the Rolleston Highway Motel. White flag will be coming out for Jamie Duff this time around. Just one lap to go as he puts Alicia McLaughlin a lap down. Second place held down by Rayborn. Luke Egan in third, still going hammer and tongs at it for the next spots, but Duff takes the win. Second place will go to Rayborn. In third it's the 87 of Keegan. Fourth Steve Duff Jr. 44T Daniel Anderson. Then we go back to the 75 of Sam O'Callaghan. Behind him 16T, that's Matt Anderson. Paddy North in the 46 car. Who's got the matches? Who's got the fuse? Here we go, heat number 2. We've gone green and contact. There's contact when they went green. Hold our breath because we're going green again, and it is Duff. Boy, he got boxed in right at the back of the field, but it's Caleb Bourne makes a scorching run around the top. Matt Anderson in second spot. Then we go back to Sam O'Callaghan. Running down low is a 73 of Sean Ashton. Astle sitting there in fifth spot right now, but it's Caleb Bourne leading the charge, the third generation sprint car racer. Matt Anderson from Dunedin, he sits there in second. Good old ding-dong battle going on there for third and fourth. See the racetrack starting to offer a distinct line up high, so some nice dirt to be grabbed if that's how you've got your car set up. Anderson just bounces off the wall. That's Matt Anderson as they came out of the Stadium Finance prison bend. Jamie Duff currently sitting in sixth spot. Makes a big charge up the inside of Daniel Anderson. This could be slide job central between those two. Oh, Anderson came off all over the shop. He's just drifted back a little. Caleb Bourne still leading the way. Matt Anderson going up the high line. Let's see if this is going to work for him. Caleb Bourne just drifts out right across the front of him. Sam O'Callaghan still in that third spot. Astle in fourth. Jamie Duff, the Duff man, he's worked himself up to fifth, but it's all go here at the front. White flag coming out with Matt Anderson still persisting with the high line. Gee, he is giving it everything. He's got the momentum, the charge for the prison bend. Anderson down low, Bourne up high. Anderson slides across the face of him. He's going to take the win. A great drive there. Matt Anderson takes out the win. Caleb Bourne in second. Third place will go to Sam O'Callaghan. Fourth, Nathan Astle. Fifth, Jamie Duff.
Get ready, Speedway's back on Thursday the 27th of December with the AFC Motorcycles New Zealand Mini Sprint Championship. Mini sprints from around New Zealand will be racing wheel to wheel for the title of New Zealand champion. The near-level sidecars are back for the AFC Motorcycles Manawatu Sidecar Champs, and the Manawatu Youth Mini Stock title is also up for grabs. If this wasn't enough, there's the thrills and spills of the Demo Derby ramp race, as well as super stocks and stock cars to round out the program. One massive night of Speedway action fit for the whole family. Racing starts at 6:30 p.m. For more information, visit www.pnspeedway.co.nz. Be there.
Dream for the Rivercharge. Top 6 go through from this race. Zane Dykstra gets out to the early lead. Oh, Bevan Humphries gets pushed around, and Sean Smith, he's spun out by his own clubmate on the infield. Oh, there goes Davis in the 7 car. Shane Davis has gone around the infield. We've got one in the water far end, that's Josh Dawn in the 19 car. Max Holloway's route as well.
Zane Dykstra and Bryce Steiner neck for neck. Jamie Hemme in 3rd position at the moment.
And then we go back, it'll be Bevan Humphrey in the 54P car, Dion Mooney in the 6V new car this season then for Dion, second meeting out. Gets that corner a bit wrong, turn 1. Here comes Ricky Dykstra in the 28P car. So 2 of the Dykstras in the top 6. Vining's the leader. How good is Zane Dykstra going in the 38 car?
Really well.
Even Ricky managing to keep pace with Bevan Humphrey. Oh, Mooney pushes Clive Elliott a little bit wide. Clive's probably got a big enough gap. One to go for your leaders. Hold on to that 6th spot.
Still Steiner, Dykstra, Humphrey, Dykstra, Mooney, and Elliott.
Last lap. Of course, look at this. Bruce Williams has caught up to Clive Elliott, but his fence is slightly wrong. Down the grandstand straight, he's got Scotty Kenner behind him, Williams.
Not going to have enough time.
No, checker flags out. The winner though, Bryce Steiner takes the win from Zane Dykstra in the 38 car, Bevan Humphrey the 54P car, Ricky Dykstra in the 28B. Then we go back to Dion Mooney, the 6B, and your final qualifier through to the finals. Yep, Clive Elliott off to the finals of the Global Challenge there.
Ian Parfitt here, manager of the Palmerston North Pumas. Bit of a fresh looking team this year, Ian, for the first run. You must be looking forward to it, getting back into the team's action.
Yeah, we certainly are. It does. These guys put their hand up and wanted to give it a go. Some new guys this year, so you know, we're better to give them a run. You know, we're not at the main event or anything at the moment, so you know, and these guys want to give it a go, and we've got to pick a team to go to Stratford, so it gives everybody a chance to have a go.
Yeah, so you got Brendan Jurgelet making his debut for the Pumas, and obviously Brendan Learmonth making his debut as well in teams racing in general. The rest of them are pretty much done it before. Daniel Burmeister, David Lowe, that's we got here. Taylor Lamp's done it before, and Kyle Lamp. Yeah, Taylor's obviously in the Young Guns, his brother, and Luke Myers. Yeah, so anyone else sort of in the mix roughly?
Oh, there's still probably another 8 people out there that put their hand forward to go.
Yep.
So, you know, we're trying to get a few extra teams races this year before we go to Stratford, so we can actually pick, you know, give everybody a chance, and then we can say, right, this is going to be a team pick final.
Yeah,
so, you know,
still a long way between now and February, I'm guessing, for teams.
Yeah, certainly is.
Yep. All right, here with Wellington Young Guns manager this time around, Josh Prentice. Pretty good team you got lined up here, so tell us all about it.
Yeah, no, we've got a team full of young fellas and experienced fellas. You know, we're about building a squad this year to, obviously for the big one, you know, the Stratford meeting. That's where we want to be, and I think this is probably the most teams racing Wellington's actually done before a New Zealand teams event. So like the only way to be on that top steps by getting out there and doing it, and we've got a young squad here and they're keen as, so why not?
Yeah, Hayden Thomas, Josh Kahui, Brendan Ty, who's down there, Taylor Lamp, Paul Gaskin, and we're missing one right down there. Bryce Jensen's down there, so Hayden and Bryce are new to teams racing this year, obviously. You're going to throw your name in the mix eventually?
Oh, hey, we'll just take it as it comes, mate. There's enough here now with building a squad and that, you know, like this. I'm quite happy to help out and get these young fellas through, you know, like not everyone's going to be around forever, so you need to be bringing the young fellas through while we can and while they're keen.
Let's see who's made of what.
So, David Lowe is your lead car, the 263. Brendan Learmont's gone around the 174. Burmeister's pushed infield at the 233. Your leader at the moment now, he's managed to get a break, and that'll be Taylor Lamb, the 53 car. So one of them's finally got a breakaway. Taylor Lamb, the 53 car. That'll be from David Lowe, the 263, 235. There's Luke Myers. Josh Kahui managed to get Lamb. Yeah. Got some blockers in the front straight. Brendan Learmoth and Paul Gaskin. Gaskin, a very experienced team racer, up against Lemoth in his debut team race. You've got Kyle Lamb in front of 7-2. Look at Gaskin, he's got 4 Pumas behind him, 5 of them. Up the wall, manages to hold it, here comes Lamb. Oh, Lamb's got him, and it looks like Gaskin will be done there, but can Lamb get out of it? Kahui's round as well, with 55. Not green, but our leader has missed the start. And here comes Luke Myers in the tank, right in behind Taylor Lamb. So there's your 2 leaders, the 53 and the 235 of Lamb and Myers. Brendan Tye in the 3rd spot, Bryce Jensen in the 4th. Kahui gets David Lowe into the wall. Still Taylor Lamb in the lead. He comes up to his brother, and his brother gets taken. Oh, here we go, brother versus brother, and he kicks him. Luke Myers is the new leader. Oh, Lamb spins out Taylor, but now Myers has got to get through Kahui, and he slightly does down the back straight, slowed up a bit. So your lead car, Luke Myers, he'll get the white flag this time round, 1 to go. The track's looking reasonably good in front of him, he'll have to get through. Looks like it'll be Taylor Lamb at the far end. So Myers, oh, it'll be Kahui, so Myers has got to get past Tye, and he gets past Tye, the 54 car, and takes the win for the Pumas, so a good win there for the Palmerston North Pumas, first and second.
Get ready, Speedway's back on Thursday the 27th of December with the AFC Motorcycles New Zealand Mini Sprint Championship. Mini sprints from around New Zealand will be racing wheel to wheel for the title of New Zealand champion. The Daredevil sidecars are back for the AFC Motorcycles Manawatu Sidecar Champs, and the Manawatu Youth Mini Stock title is also up for grabs. If this wasn't enough, there's the thrills and spills of the Demo Derby ramp race, as well as super stocks and stock cars to round out the program. One massive night of Speedway action fit for the whole family. Racing starts at 6:30 p.m. For more information, visit www.pnspeedway.co.nz. Be there.
Good to see a few more coming from abroad again. It's we had the 2 Australians last time, and I see this Dutch guy here, so it just makes it a bigger event for everybody.
And you know, the funny thing was the Dutch guy was easier to understand than the Australians.
Probably.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Mate, you're in Peter's old car. You'll be here for the teams. Are you in the British team?
No, I'm not. I am coming back. I'm going home next week, and I'll be back out to watch the teams and stuff and be sort of involved with the team, but I'm not actually in the team.
So how much racing are you doing while you're here?
Just this.
Just tonight?
Just tonight.
Couldn't you find someone to milk the cows, or whatever you got to go back for this time?
No, it's just I don't know. It's just how it falls. I mean, I'd like to come and stay longer, but I mean, I've had more holidays this year than I've ever had in 12 months because I was here in January, February anyway. So I probably didn't want to stay too long.
Well, tonight with the Globals, a man who hasn't been here before, to my knowledge anyway, he's in the 422 car, the NL car, Martin Belsma. Martin, welcome to Palmy. Nice to see you here. How did it all come for you, and why are you here?
Well, it's quite a story, but I wanted to go to New Zealand a couple of years, but it didn't happen. But I finally got here, and I didn't reach out to those guys before because I saw them on Facebook because I'm racing in the Netherlands as well,
Yes.
and I'm from Friesland, where those boys come from. So I had them on Facebook, and I had an idea in my head. When I go to New Zealand, I'm gonna contact them and maybe take a look in their shed and see what they're doing, what kind of cars they got, and maybe go to the races with them to help them out.
Yep.
And that's what I did. And so I met them, and they showed me around and stuff, and I went to the races with them to Palmy and to Gisborne. And then they ordered me, how do you call it? They offered me to race in Zach's tank, because Zach's away for work a lot in Auckland, so it isn't able for him. He isn't able to race the car all the time.
Well, you couldn't say no, could you?
Nah, I couldn't.
You couldn't. You grabbed that opportunity with both hands.
Yeah. So we made the seat a little bit smaller for me so I could fit in, because Zach's a little bit bigger.
He's been to Jenny Craig's. He's a bit smaller, mate. How much racing have you had in New Zealand so far?
Well, I did the Thursday night over here, the sprint car.
You've had tons then.
What? Sorry?
You've had tons of racing.
Well, nah, I don't know. Thursday over here, then Saturday we went to Wanganui.
Yep.
And now we're here again, so
Now
it's
you're
third
here again.
time.
Okay, I know it's different here than it is in the Netherlands.
Yep.
Bit more contact.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Most of the people here say, how do you find the contact and stuff? But in the Netherlands and the UK, there's a lot of contact as well.
Okay.
Maybe the cars are a little bit different, and they react a little bit different to the hits.
Yep.
But I'm used to getting hit, so.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yep.
Tell me about stock car racing in Australia. How does it work? Is it popular?
No, it's a lot lower class. It's just something that's not really ever taken off.
Yeah.
Like, I've got 2 cars at home. They've got LS2s in them, running on methanol, and put out 550 at the rear wheels.
Yeah.
Because it's clay.
Yeah.
But there's no money. It's just not there.
It's just not there.
Nah, it's not like here. Like, you guys live and breathe this.
Yes.
Obviously, you can see it. You know, like, look at your juniors. You get here, and you've got to step up class from your standards.
Yes.
There's none of that back there. You've got V8s running with 6 cylinders. It's no.
Puck's been asking me for a few years now to try and get a team together, and I said to Puck, every time you ask me every year, I get older and older, and the bones don't take it anymore.
No, you got to be the manager.
Yeah, I'd be happy to be the manager.
You be the manager, and you can just tell them what to do.
Exactly right, but you never know. We get some younger guys coming through, and them young guys got no brains, so they can do anything they want.
Yeah, that's right.
Us old guys, we're too smart. We
know those. We call them the Wallabies. No, I'm sorry, I didn't say that at all.
Yeah, no, they're no good either at the moment.
Mate, well, I wish you all the best. Lovely to see you back here, and all the best tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I hope everyone enjoys it. And I want to thank Puck and everyone that's involved, the teams, that give us the cars. But without them people, and especially without all your punters that can come and watch, we can't do this. So thank you.
Right now, though, first heat, the Superstock Global Challenge is out on track. In pole position at the moment, it's the 36P car, Jake Baker. Then we go to 39P of Michael Williamson, 48N, that's Brett Nichols from Nelson, and our Repecharge winner, Bryce Steiner, in the 118. There's your front 2 rows, Marty Jones heading off the track, as does the pace chute. We go green, and it's 12 laps, first heat of the Global Challenge, 30 cars. Don't forget our international visitors out there too. Brett Nichols though, he leads the way into turn number 3. They're all getting pushed out wide into 3 and 4. And Nichols leads it from Williamson. Jake Baker, Dion Mooney. Oh, we got one up. That's our Aussie visitor, Shane French. So the 19 car, Shane French, up and over. He lands on the top of Bryce Steiner and William Humphreys in the 1NZ. Scott Myers is involved in that in the 8P car. Bevan Humphreys, he's down there in the 54 car. Here comes the replay, but it's Shane French, the 19 Australia car. This time, a bit of a dummy start there from our front group, but Nichols is your leader from Jake Baker in the 36. Then we go back to Michael Williamson in the 39. Dion Mooney in the 6B car. Gary Davis, he's got that heat 1 issue under control. Quinn Ryan gets put into the wall in turn 1. 9 to go. About a third away through the race. They managed to slightly sort themselves. Our Dutch visitor, the 422. Martin Goldsma having a bit of tussle with wrong side. The two tanks coming together. Our leading overseas driver so far is Chris Broxop, 338 car. Broxop, he's actually got that gorge nicely hooked up against Peter Bingston car. And Andy McCabe gets together with him and spins him out. Commentator cursed there. So McCabe and Broxop go around. Quinn Ryan gets involved in that too. Your leader now coming through turn 4, Brett Nichols. And there'll be 4 to go this time around. 48 car. Started off grid number 3. And he's in the lead. Jake Baker, as we're saying, is in the second spot, the 36 car. Victor Williamson. Simon Joblin there in the 72. The leader is coming into turn number 4 now. He'll get the white flag this time round. Brett Nichols, Jake Baker here, the sneaky little look up the inside there, Baker. Simon Joblin moved up to the 3rd spot. Good battle mid-pack between the other 2 Joblins and Jordan there. So here comes your race leader to take out race number 1. It is Brett Nichols in the 48 car from Jake Baker, 36. Then we go back to Simon Joblin, the 72 car. Michael Williamson, 39P. Then back to David Lowe, the defending champion. How good was that? Finishes up 5th spot, started grid 13. Adam Joblin, the 2NZ car. He finishes up in 6th. Gary Davis in the 31G in 7th. And Scott Joblin in 8th in the 52. Jordan Deere 9th, 3NZ. And Shane Malsop, 71P, rounds out the top 10.
So let's get ready for 12 laps. Sprint car action, life in the fast lane. Here we go, we've gone green, and Jason Smith, rather, big move from the outside to the inside as he got the Tiger by its tail, but it's Nigel Colvin leading them down the back straight. Colvin way up high, wide and wild, up by the top of the wall, sneaking down the bottom like a thief in the night in the Trade-in Post car. It's the 41 of Jaden Dodge. He's pulled the rabbit out of the hat, and Dodge leads away. Colvin in 2nd, Jason Smith in 3rd. Here comes Paddy Moore with a well-weighted run up the inside. Up by the wall, it's the Connor Rangi machine. Connor Rangi working his way through the traffic. The track tonight, somewhat black, flat, and a little bit slick, but boy, they are using every inch of it. That's what I love about slicker racetracks. You can use everything. But Jaden Dodge, he's running away and hiding from them. Colvin still in second. Oh, big move by Jason Smith. Showtime has really pulled one out of the hat, and he's in second. No, Colvin comes back. They're going swing for swing here. This here is the heavyweight battle that's in Christchurch tonight, and Jaden Dodge is leading by a country mile. Alicia McLaughlin just sneaking around the bottom there. She's going to pluck off a couple of positions, and Alicia 3 wide down the front shot. Alicia McLaughlin, she's up into 4th, but she's got Sean Ashton right outside her, Colvin behind her, and here comes Honeywell. Jaden Dodge, he's now opened up about a 5.5 second advantage over his opponents. White flag coming out now. But Jaden Dodge, it's been a commanding drive by Dodge. Jason Smith hanging on to second. Could be Dodge's first heat win for the War of the Wings this season. He takes it. Jaden Dodge is the winner. Then we go back to 89 Jason Smith. Behind Smith it's Rangi.
Silver Bullet. It is synonymous with Speedway, with Superstock racing and success. This is one of the foundation cars. I'm with Joe Farron, by the way. Joe Farron, who won a New Zealand Superstock Championship in one of these chassis. Great to have you along here for this NZ Superstock Teams Champs, Joe. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here. Really great to be here. And the objective of introducing the Silver Bullet was this is a car that was built 25 years ago. It came in with what we call a four-corner suspension technology, and the cars today have been based around this car in general. So there's lots we can teach the public about how we get a car to go around the corner.
All right, well, let's do that. Tony McClanahan was the original designer, so we've got basically 4 points on the car that we need to talk about.
That's correct. The front end, this is an independent suspension, right-hand side, left-hand side. We have an arm through here. There's our spring and our shock right there, and this spring and shock is for the left-hand side, that side. This arm swings from the bottom. We have a top arm, and we can control our caster and camber with this top arm by moving it in and out.
And what do you do by what's the effect on the car when you do that?
Okay, the caster and camber allows the car to turn in and come off the turn, and control the front end in the slide, stops the front ends washing out, and then we assist that with a sway bar. And this is a sway bar here, which in turn stiffens up the front suspension and the rolls centre for the rear of the car. So when the guy goes out at the beginning of the night, the track's typically wet, we'll have this what we call a fairly soft setting, soft rebound and damping with the shocks, and then as the track dries out, we'll make this stiffer, which is planting the front end into the track.
So from extremes, we're talking extremes here in a way, you're going from an off-road setup to a sealed circuit setup from two extremes.
Pretty much. In today's, with Superstock racing, when you've got 26 cars, it's going to go slick. We're all running good rubber, we're all going awfully fast, and so the track's going to get smooth and lose its drive. So the guys that are going to do well will set their car up for that sort of condition and then drive it accordingly.
Right, that's the front end. This is the Steve Jude car, by the way.
Robinson Holden, Colorado is leaving. Flag is up and they're away. First into the corner, then out of the bay, the 46-speed car, Namago 28P. Then Ron Ty trying to sneak down the right-hand side. Is he going to get through? Trying.
Jake Baker's in the wall in turn 2, and Alan Woods has gone round. He's getting shot around like a pinball there in turn 3 and 4. So Jake Baker finished second in heat 1. He's now spun across the track, fires up underway in heat number 2. Not good for the 36 car. Here we go, Michael Williamson goes round thanks to Bevan Humphrey and Ricky Dykstra. Back out in front though, we look to our lead. Oh, another one round, Adam Joblin, the 2NZ. Oh, he gets collected by Broxop. And again, by Bengston. Bengston's up the side of Jordan there in the 3NZ. It's on everywhere. Quinn Ryan's the only safe one out in the lead. Action aplenty in this heat. That's really benefited Simon Joblin. Simon's in the 8th spot from grid 27. So we're about halfway through the race. 46 leads, 38 P car, 32 of Bar, looking up the inside of Ron Time, the 5919. Great race between those two. Roxop, the 338 car, UK, sitting in the 5th position. We've had a Joblin on the podium for the last 4 years straight. Can they make it 5? Roxop, he gets fired out of the way by Ron Ty.
Smoke coming out of the 2NZ car.
Oh, and he gives it back to Ty, crosses him up into turn 3. Rocks up the inside of the 599 car. Ron pushes him to the infield. In defence mode with Ron Ty in the tank. He'll have none of this from our international visitor, I can tell you that much. He puts him in the wall in front of the grandstand. And he fires him off into 3. That benefited Simon Joblin and Dale Robertson because they both got up. So white flag, 1 to go. Quinn Ryan in the 46B car leading the way from the 38 car of Zane Dykstra. Back to the 32 of Graham Barr. Then it's the 72 of Simon Joblin, 89 Dale Robertson. And here is a checkered flag. Good win there for the Bay Boy. Quinn Ryan, the 46 car. Zane Dykstra. 38P crosses in 2nd, Graham Barr in 3rd. They just overtook it at the finish.
Forget the rest, here's the mainland's best. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the stars and the cars. It's feature time for the Hydrolink War of the Wings Sprint Car Series. Ruapuna Speedway, are we ready to rumble? Oh heck yes we are. It's showtime here at the Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge, Ruapuna Speedway with the Hydrolink War of the Wings. And it's go time! Here we go! Jamie Duff from the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact, one up and over. It's
Sam O'Callaghan.
O'Callaghan in there. Right, let's have another go at this one. Take 2. Lap 1 for the War of the Wings feature. We've gone green. Hold our breath. Let's see if we can get them down through the Yukon Diesel Services Town Bend. They all get through there. It's Jamie Duff leading the way. Matt Anderson in 2nd. It's that Connor Rangi starting to go high, wide and handsome in the 57 car. Caleb Bourne in 3rd. He's applying a lot of pressure on Matt Anderson. Matt Anderson down low. Caleb Bourne up high. Connor Rangi once again starting to prefer the high line. Rubs a little bit of tyre rubber onto the concrete wall as he came down the MPD Performance Fuels front straight. But it's Jamie Duff leading the way. The ding-dong battle going on there for 2nd and 3rd. All eyes on Connor Rangi. Just keep your eyes on that 57 car because it looks like they've got that machine set up perfectly to run the high line. Caleb Bourne, another one we've mentioned that seems to be very intent on running the high line. And Caleb Bourne is starting to close in on Jamie Duff. So it's Jamie Duff leading the way. Caleb Bourne in 2nd. In 3rd place, we've got the 41 of Jaden Dodge. Matt Anderson, he slipped back to 4th. Rangi's in 6th. In between him and Anderson is Ray Bourne. But gee, Sean Ashton is starting to make some real inroads down on the bottom part of the racetrack. They are bumper to bumper in the bunch. 10 laps in the books, 15 to go. War of the Wings feature time. It's Jamie Duff leading the way. In 2nd, it's Caleb Bourne. Behind him is Jaden Dodge. Connor Rangi, he's like a whirling dervish up the top part of the track. Matt Anderson, he hangs on to 5th. Right in behind him on the bumper is the 73 of Sean Ashton. But the show is in the 57 car. But Duff is in the traffic. Is this a race saver? Lap 17, 8 to go, the 25 lap feature. This is the best opportunity for Connor Rangi to capitalise. Duff just starts to thread the needle. He's got by Jason Smith as they thread their way through. Here goes Rangi. He starts to make a move there. Bourne's trapped down low. Oh, he's pinched up right by the wall. He goes down the straight just about on 2 wheels, Connor Rangi, but he's still stuck there in that 4th position. Jamie Duff leading the way, cool as a cucumber, just making his way through the lap traffic. He's about to put brother Steve a lap down. Jamie's just moved up a little bit high. White flag is going to come out here next time around for Jamie Duff. Here goes Jaden Dodge. Dodge has found a gap. He's gone around the top of the drag race. The white flag comes out and Duff just squares him off. Jaden Dodge, he's going for another gap in the lap traffic. Jamie Duff, he's going to get caught out. Here goes Dodge. He's got his nose in front. Jaden Dodge. Oh, Showtime Smith, he goes in there. All fire and brimstone. Oh, Dodge just lost the front end a little. Oh, the run for the line. Dodge takes a win. What a race by Jaden Dodge. 2nd was Jamie Duff. 3rd, Caleb Bourne.
We'll go down to the back end here because this is really some really crucial bits in the back of the car here. Joe?
That's correct. What we've got here is we've got a 4-bar suspension. We've got a bottom arm and a top arm. The top arm will control the amount of drive we're getting off the rear wheel. And this arm is a brake reaction arm, which controls how much brake is going into this wheel. We've got the same on the other side, so we can put more brake on this side to that side, which will get the rear end out into the turn, and then we control it on the throttle. And this bottom arm here will again controls our roll centre and allowing the car to turn in and come off the turn. And all this is controlled through, it's hard to see, but there's a shock in here with a spring, and that is controlling the shocking rate and the spring rate of the weight transfers from the car onto the corner and then off the corner.
The shocks are really important. It's one of those things that it's almost like Speedway starting to catch on them. They're one of the key components at the moment. They have a critical impact on how the car works.
Yeah, well, myself personally, I have a basic setup on my car, and then we fine-tune it all night on tyre pressures and our shock settings. That's pretty well all I'm changing. I might play with my sway bars, but the shocks very much. We now can control the damping and the rebound, and that's controlling the reaction and the action through the car. And you know what happens in that corner, the opposite happens in this corner, and vice versa. So it's all about balancing the car, controlling it, and then understanding that as a driver and driving around the setup accordingly.
Because you could find yourself chasing yourself at times if you get one bit wrong, it affects the other bit.
Most definitely, and then when you understand more about it and you understand what's wrong when you're driving, you can drive around the problem. There's certainly some drivers who don't understand it and they'll overdrive and just make it worse. So yeah, it's the package deal.
So has your motocross background then had a big impact? Do you think that's had a part to play in your understanding of this and your success in the sport?
Oh, motocross was certainly attributes to the quick thinking and reacting, but I think where I really learned about suspension technology was sprint cars. Yeah, and the sprint car itself and the shocks in sprint cars taught me a lot. Initially in stock cars I was the wow factor and was just excited to be out there, and I was just crashing and bouncing off everyone out of control, and then I started to develop more of a refined way of driving and then learning how to set the car up accordingly. You know, these setup points, I've been very brief with you, but it controls how easy the car is to get into the turn, to get out of the turn, and when we get mid-turn pushes and so forth. So these are the corners that are controlling all those attributes.
Right, Joe, really appreciate your time, and that's a great explanation. Sorry you're not out on track. You're doing it hard watching?
I'm doing it hard watching, yeah. I'm not a good spectator at all. I love competing, and but you know, realistically, I want to get myself 100% fit before I'm back on that track again.
Right out to the wall. Here goes Bingers on his own. Sparks are flying. We thought we just had the fireworks. It's all going on here. Ricky Dykstra's in the wall, pulls to the infield now in the 28 car. So here we go. The field settles a little bit. Winston leads.
Quinn Ryan up to 12th already.
Jake Baker as well. Bengston's still using that high line as high as it goes. Richard Gaskin in the 22's your new race leader. Clearing a bit of a path for his brother-in-law, 89, Dale Robertson. He goes up the inside of Elliott.
Simon Joblin working the high line there, Stu, but he's got to try and get past Jordan Dare now.
Jordan seems to be just running along at the moment. For now, who knows what happens halfway through the race. Dale Robertson goes round. Graham Barr's up. Oh no, the reds are on. We've got one up and over at the far end as well. We missed that on the
Wow, totally missed it.
Oh. Quinn Ryan's on his roof.
Oh no.
The
Well, that's changed
car.
things. That's changed things dramatically.
As they sit, Simon Joblin on 82, Graham Barr on 74, David Lowe on 70, and then a huge drop back to looking really basically everyone else in the 63 mark.
We won't be too far away now from getting a restart. Still showing 9 laps. We're only a quarter of the way through.
Richard Gaskin, your leader, in front of the grandstand. Bengtston in the second spot. Gives him a little nudge into 3.
Graham Barr just got past Simon Joblin.
Halfway through heat number 3, still Richard Gaskin leading. Dale Robertson's trying around the outside this time with Simon Joblin, doesn't work. So a good battle here for the 5th spot between 72P and 89 Dub. Jordan Deere, here he comes, charging through the field. The 3NZ car takes a spot off the 722. 722 gets it back. Adam Joblin and the 2NZ stalking them as well.
Well, it would only take one little touch from the 89 car on the back of that 72.
Jordan Deere put David Lowe into the wall. Gaskin leading.
4 to go.
Reds are on. We got Alan Woods is up the wall from Bryce Steiner.
Well, let's do another quick look through these points. Joblin currently in 5th place, the 72 car on 81.
Graham Barr in the 4th place on 75. And it would be Dale Robertson
on 70.
In 6th, but he's on 70 points in the championship. The next best would be David Lowe.
Just would need one little tap from the 89 on the back of the 72, and that could just change everything.
Oh, look at this. Alan Wood had a shot at Steiny. A sneaky little swipe on the way through.
Just kind of missed it.
So Mooney pushes Steiner wide, and then here comes Alan Wood, hot in like a sprint car driver that he is. That's a right turn. I saw that wheel turn right. Look at that's a sneaky little swipe there by Alan Woods.
Oh, he obliterated that upright, that fence pipe.
Okay, 4 laps to go.
Leaders are Richard Gaskin down there in turn number 3, the 22W car.
Here we go.
He's got one of those 4 cornets under the bonnet as well.
Will we see someone use a bumper? Very, very slick track conditions.
Williamson stalled it and he's underway again.
Joblin's gone wide, he's running mid-track. Opens the door for Robertson, who just can't quite get a bumper on him.
So here we go.
Here we go, there's a pass by Robertson down the inside.
And it's 1 to go. Richard Gaskin's in the lead.
What's Jordan Deere going to do now? Is he going to slide up the inside and take the 72
car out? David Lowe had a bit of a shot. He's got Clive Elliott instead. I think he was sliding out to get Joblin. It didn't work. Richard Gaskin, though, he's your leader, and he's going to cross the line and take the checker. 22W wins the race from Peter Bengtston in 58. Go back to Graham Barr in the 32. Dale Robertson in the 89W. Jordan Deere, 3NZ. Simon Joblin in the 72. And provisionally, too, Simon Joblin will take out the Palmerston North Parts World Global 248 Challenge. It looks like it'll be Graham Barr 2nd and Dale Robertson 3rd.
5 years in a row now for Joblins.
5 years on the podium for a Joblin. This time, though, it's the top step. All right, here with Superstock Global Challenge winner, 72P, Simon Joblin. Simon, mate, congratulations. The Grand Slam just got even sweeter.
Yeah, it has. We had a good night tonight. We had a few issues in the first race with gearbox problems, but I think we made some pretty good places on our second race when we started off near the back. So, and that's what it takes these days to be able to get through the traffic and make some big gains.
Yeah, first race about grid 13 up to 8th. It was the second one that really got it. Grid 28 up to 3rd, so you must have been pretty stoked with that.
Yeah, I suppose we must have had a bit of luck on our side and managed to get through a bit of carnage and stayed out of trouble and kept our nose clean. So yeah, it's all about making those passes at the start of the race.
Joblin name on the podium 5 years in a row now.
finally got the top step, and you were the one to get it. And like I say, you've already done the Grand Slam, but now you've added this one to it. So I guess the first driver to do all of them and then include this one to it. Adam looked like he was having a bit of fun out there as well. Of course, he was in points contention, I guess, for a podium, but he was definitely using the bumper and behind to sneak up as well.
Yeah, it was good having, I knew he wasn't far behind, so it was good being able to know the drivers behind you and who would give a poke and who would sort of cover your back a little bit.
So where to now for the Joblin team over the Christmas break? Busy time on the farms and that, is it?
Yeah, we've got a bit of work to catch up on the farm and that, but yeah, we'll be preparing the cars for New Zealand down at Christchurch in the new year, so that's going to take a fair bit of time to get them all sorted.
Awesome. Well, all the best for Christchurch, for the whole Joblin team. Congrats on the win tonight. We'll see you in the club rooms to celebrate, eh?
Cheers. Thank you.
That concludes this week's episode. We would like to thank our contributors, Independent Works Limited, Event Streams New Zealand, Theatre Tech Limited, 53 Productions, Video Hub and Event Tech, Robertson Holden International Speedway, Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge Ruapuna Speedway, RJPTV and Red Walker Motorsports.